Hey everybody, my name is Mike. I am Not for Coltrane. Welcome to your Coltrane Tuesdays for this, the 23rd day of August in the year 2022. Hey, attic stairwell, what do you know? Sorry to keep folks waiting, wasn't able to start quite on time. The setup here took a little bit to figure out how, again, all of this goes together because it's been a little bit. That said, compared to how late I have been starting just a minute or two late is market improvement. So thanks so much to folks who are hanging out. Oh, and Margot is confirming that there is video and audio actually coming through, which I appreciate. Thank you, Margot. Beth and Margot already have a wonderful conversation going in the comments. Make sure we are functioning on both on the YouTube, which appears that we are, as well as on the Facebook, which it appears we are. So, hey, that's the thing. So, yes, today we, of course, are going to play a round of the Not for Coltrane Stump-The-Band game. I actually found a shirt also. The round of the Not for Coltrane Stump-The-Band game. The way that works is folks who are live online with us will give me a song suggestion, a song request, and I will have to respond to that request regardless of whether I know the song. If someone requests a song that I do know, I will go ahead and play it. Possibly not the best rendition ever, but it will at least be sort of functional. If I kind of sort of know the song, like I've heard it before, but I've never actually tried to figure out how to play it, that's what I'll do. I'll figure out how to play it here in front of everyone on the webcast. If I do not recognize the requested song at all, I will have to make up a brand new song right on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. That is how, and a nice shirt, thank you. That is how we play the Not for Coltrane Stump-The-Band game. You're welcome to get in your requests whenever you would like. So yes, as folks who have been watching this for a little while are aware, they passed, I believe, 5 episodes have been from the bathroom of disrepair. I had dearly hoped that the project would be totally complete by now, and I'd be able to show you in this moment that there is a functional commode back where it is supposed to be. We're almost there. We are almost there. So let me cut to a live feed of the bathroom of disrepair. There it is, right there. That's exactly how it looks right now. There is, so strictly speaking, well, 2 things. One, belatedly, it occurred to me that although I went through all this to set up the live feed from the bathroom, it basically would have been just as effective to take a picture and put that up, because you can't tell any difference between that and how it looks. Anyway, so yeah. So the other thing is, strictly speaking, the total project is not going to be complete for some time. As you see, there is plywood that I've painted that is on the floor in place of the tiling. That always was the plan. I was not going to do all the tiling now. The point is to get all of to deal with the leak and get all of the rotted wooden materials out from the floor and the subfloor, put the toilet back, and then at some point in the future go back and deal with actually retiling, because this has gone on for long enough. And I did anticipate going into this that the tiling would significantly lengthen the project. So if all goes well, within 24 hours or less, there will actually be a functional bathroom there again. Here's hoping. I know Beth and everyone in my house is very, very eager for that to happen, including me. So soon. All right. It's like Not for Coltrane and HGTV and This Old House all combined. Yes, except with less expertise. And although I in this amount of time on This Old House, they'd have a whole house done through the magic of editing rather than live streaming. But hey, Thanks so much to Tom Cooney for hanging out. Tom Cooney, of course, a longtime friend of the program. Please also check out Tom's 3+ songs for Prometheus, which I think I think Tom, you moved to a new schedule. So let folks know in the chat how they can check all of that out. And all right, so there's let's see, we've got requests coming in, and people are saying other things. Beth, there will be a functional bathroom on the second floor, which directly increases the quality of life significantly. Yes, 100% agreed. And so there are requests for. Does anybody really know what time it is, as well as Stairway to Heaven? So we'll see. We'll see how we'll see what ends up happening in terms of those requests. But first, we're going to start with a song of my choosing, which was so this is the last Tuesday in the month of August, I think. Is that right? Is that right? No, there still is one more. All right, good. So for these next 2 weeks, I'm going to be picking songs that I already know to lead things off. We'll try to get back into a routine which includes local covers and Stump-The-Band do-overs in the month of September. But for the moment, it was enough to just be here again. So I'm going to start off with one that I already know. Appropriately, it is a song called Waiting. This is one that I've done at least several times on the program here. In the past, it is an original song with lyrics and melody by my songwriting partner Jonathan, and I've helped flesh it out and put it all together. This is available on the Spotify. It's on the Live at Hava Java EP. And enough stalling. Let's play the music. I've been waiting by the window to see you come back home again. I've been waiting, chased and pacing to see if you're still covered in skin. By your eyes I can see you are not alone. By your hands I can feel everything that isn't shown. I'm the ancient, near complacent, maverick monk in marshes lost. You're the angel at the table, laughing over what's been lost. I retract and feign reaction every time you turn your head. You unburden my uncertain, bring it on yourself instead. By your everything you see. By your feet I can feel this is where you need to be. I've been waiting by the window to see you come back home again. I've been waiting, chased and pacing to see if you're still covered in skin. That could have used more rehearsal. So there you go. The approaching normalcy. Yes. Yeah. So there you go. That is some approximation of the song "Waiting." There was. I've said this before on the webcast. The amount of rehearsal that I tend to do for this show is pretty consistent. Pretty consistent. Follows this algorithm. So start with the amount of time it would take me to rehearse to actually have the everything done in really good shape. Divide that in half and round down to the nearest 15 minutes or so. That is approximately how much time I will actually spend rehearsing. Definitely would have helped to completely run through that whole song in rehearsal at any point in the couple of days leading up to the webcast. Instead, there was half of a verse that I ran through as a sound check before starting. But not terrible is the standard that we say that we go for at the show, and that's I think where we are. So there you go. There are a lot of cool things about the song and what Jonathan did with it. One of the thing I was thinking about last night in that particular song, as I was trying to figure out if I could remember all the lyrics, which I almost did, is how abstract they are. Anyone who has any familiarity with any of the songs that I've written, it usually there's a strong focus on narrative and very specific images, and I try to work in wordplay and sort of twists and things that you might not expect, but a basic, and even the songs that I do have that use some level of abstract imagery, it's a very specific image. It's not something that is nearly as open to interpretation as what Jonathan penned for that particular song. And so I have a lot of respect for folks who are able to who have a greater facility in writing in that mode, and I think that's very cool. Speaking of open to interpretation, again, I've said this before too, but I think it's very, very cool. I think that song is about Jonathan's oldest kid, and the really cool thing about it is that song was written 10 years or so before that child existed. So there you go. Waiting. Definitely check out the Spotify or the wherever you download or stream your music to hear another rendition of the song "Waiting" with slightly different lyrics. And maybe a slightly more polished performance. All right. So thanks to everyone who is hanging out and watching. Looks like we've got things going on. Approaching normalcy, yes. Not terrible. Also being the standards that we go for here. Thanks very much to Margot for the kind words. Everyone who is able to watch, thanks for watching. Hit the like button. You can hit the subscribe button. You can like us on Facebook or on whatever. Let's see any comments coming in on Facebook. None currently. All right, but we have folks who are hanging out on the YouTube with us. So shortly we will start the Not-For-Coltrane Stump-The-Band game, but I did want to mention two other things which I neglected to pull up ahead of time. Let's see if I can do them right now. But let's see if I pull up this information. I've been talking for past couple of episodes mentioning the College Hill PorchFest coming up on September 18th. September 18th, that's a Sunday in the College Hill neighborhood, the College Hill ward area of Easton, Pennsylvania. That's the raised up, they call it the College Hill for very good reason, because it is literally higher than the rest of the town, and it is right there by Lafayette College. So College Hill PorchFest coming up on September 18th. Folks in the neighborhood turn their front porches, their front stoops, into performance spaces, and a bunch of wonderful local performers will be hanging out there. Duck Beth is going to be performing. Not for Coltrane is going to be performing, so please go and check that out. The afternoon and to the evening of September 18th. It culminates with a second line parade with the Big Easy Easton Brass, which is a lot of fun. You are welcome to join in that parade. You can just march, but you can also bring your own instruments or your shakers or dance or blow bubbles or whatever. Become part of the festivities as we'll parade around the College Hill neighborhood. Very, very cool. Shout out to Art Charlton, another wonderful friend of the program, one of the organizers for the BEEB, the Big Easy Easton Brass, and also of College Hill PorchFest. And there was one other thing I was thinking of mentioning. Let's see if it happens to be available. If there's information, yes, there is. So if you go over now to godfreydaniels.org, I often talk about things happening at Godfrey's wonderful, wonderful listening room on the south side of Bethlehem. The beginnings of the brand new season have been posted. Let's see how much of the season has been posted if I click on upcoming events. So just a couple, but we have the first weekend's worth of events for the opening weekend, which is Thursday, September 8th, Friday, September 9th, and Saturday, September 10th. The opening weekend for the 22-23 season over at Godfrey Daniels. It includes the Black Feathers, a wonderful duo from Wales that performed for Godfrey Daniels Day at Music Fest. They're tremendous. Check them out. Also, Blake Christiana of Yarn is on Friday the 9th. And then Bagiti Kumalo, the one and only Bagiti Kumalo. You know him from Paul Simon's Graceland record in particular. Tremendous bass player from South Africa, now lives in the area. Bagiti is bringing his South African All-Stars back to the Godfrey Daniels stage on Saturday the 10th. And it's going to be featuring Miriam Clancy, who also you know from Godfrey Daniels Day at Music Fest. Miriam, originally from New Zealand, now living in the Lehigh Valley area. The two of Miriam and Bagiti struck up a really cool friendship, musical collaboration, and I'm looking forward to see what they do on the evening of the 10th. So that should be a lot of fun. So check all those things out. Go to godfreydaniels.org, follow Godfrey's on the socials, and do all of those things. All right, so now I like how there's an emoji version of Duck Beth in the chat. There you go. Right, so we now get to play the Not-For-Coltrane Stump-The-Band game. In case you missed the top of the show, again, the way that works, people give me song requests, and I have to respond to them regardless of whether I know the song. If someone requests a song that I do know, I will go ahead and play it, probably forgetting some lyrics. If someone requests a song that I kind of sort of know, like I've heard it a bunch of times, or I've seen people do it at open mics a bunch of times, or I heard it on the radio a bunch of times 25 years ago, I will then attempt to figure out how to play it here in front of everyone. If I do not recognize the requested song at all, I will have to make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirements. There are two requests currently. Let's see if we can do both of those. Margot is requesting Stairway to Heaven, and Beth requesting Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is? And I heard my request on the radio last week at Lowe's. Beth is remarking that Does Anyone Really Know What Time It Is was playing on the loudspeakers at Lowe's, and she was dancing last week, and I was there for that as well. I have no recollection. I have no recollection whatsoever of a song called Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is? So we get to make up a new song. Because I'm back in the attic stairway. Stairway to Heaven and back in the attic stairway. I like it, Margot. That's great. We may not find ourselves collectively liking that idea when I get to that request, but for the moment, I appreciate the cleverness. All right. Does anybody really know what time it is? Dang it, Beth says. Let's see. Does anybody really know what time it is? All right. Well, Beth, you get to tell me a style that you would like me to use when performing this. Let's see. Style, because I'm thinking something sort of vaguely Dylan-esque. In which case, I probably would break out the harmonica. So let's see. Can't remember if the original is the 35 or 6/4, that one. That's an entirely different thing. So Beth, if that is in fact what we were thinking of, 35 or 6/4, I do kind of know that one, or at least I can recall, and then in case I have to figure out how to play it. If that is in fact the song that we want, or you're driving the bus right now, Beth. I can either do something along these lines about, does anybody really know what time it is? Or I can try to figure out the 35 or 6/4 song that we're... That's not the song. First heard it by the Blues Brothers. All right, so we're going to go with where I was starting to go with... Chord progression. I'm going to be making up a song like that. Let's see. Let's get out the... I finally got better labels on these so I can actually pull out the harp that I might actually need. Of course, what I hadn't really thought about is the fact that now all of you can very clearly see what key harp I'm playing. So anyone who wants to follow along at home, get out your own harmonicas. Now you'll know. How was it? see. 25 or 6 to 4 was also at the radio at Lowe's, so yay for remembering that much. Well, hey, you know, let's see. Thinking of Who Knows Where the Time Goes, which is Judy Collins, mixed with Does Anyone, and did a parody of this situation. Okay, all right. So, some first words. Does anyone really know what time it is? So it's actually not bad. That's not bad, although then I've got to come with a rhyme for is, which is not the most obvious. His. It's a little gender specific. This is kind of a slant rhyme. That's not bad. All right. Does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really know any of this? We find we go our way. This world we find is this. No one knows. Definitely not as profound as actual Bob Dylan lyrics, but surprisingly Dylan-esque in terms of the structure and how it all fit together. So there you go. Thanks very much to Beth for that request. Does anyone really know what time it is? And I will post a link afterwards to the actual song so people can, because I have literally no idea what song we're talking about. All right, so if folks are hanging out, we're doing okay. All right. Let's see. So, Stairway to Heaven. I'm actually excited about this. Save it for more. No, okay. All right, we're gonna leave it on that. We'll do a special request for Stairway to Heaven. Maybe that's what we'll lead off with next time, because I feel like I could almost. I almost remember the chords and how it's supposed to fit, and it's gonna really bother me until I do figure it out. That's it. So yes, close. We're close. I will polish it up so we'll actually be able to start off with Stairway to Heaven at the start of next week's show, and that'll be excellent. So thanks very much to Margot for that request and the special dispensation to save that for a week so I can actually have some idea of how to play it. So that'll be fun. So there you go. Check out Godfrey Daniels for the announcements about the first weekend, the opening weekend of the 22-23 season, including performances by the Black Feathers and the gentleman from Yarn and Bagiti with Miriam Clancy. Check out College Hill PorchFest just a couple weekends after that, coming up on the 18th of September over in the College Hill neighborhood of Easton, Pennsylvania. I'll be back here in the stairwell next week, and if there's interest, we will do another live feed from the bathroom of disrepair when perhaps it is no longer quite so in such a state of disrepair. So until that point, my name is Mike. I am Not for Coltrane. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Thanks so much for hitting the like button, the subscribe button, all of the things. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I will see you right here next week.